Why is this happening? Who's to blame? What can bring us out of this?
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
I just knocked out an 8.5 mile run. Feel pretty good still. Now what's up? Well, we're going to learn about what caused all this, and oh my, we're going to have to use some graphics. Now before we get into the graphics, you know the deal. You are the viewer. You matter most. That's why I do this. I'm bringing you news on a Saturday. Oh, that's right. I work every day, unlike the post office. Charles Pelletier says, it flash crashes me like that. I'm loading up on silver. Ooh. Charles is looking for, hey, if silver starts crashing for some reason, hey, he would load up on it. What would you load up on if it flash crashed? I would have to go with silver. Gold, silver, yeah, I think I would flash crash get in it. Richie Pay says, I wonder how much of these escrow potentially Ripple could put into Evernorth, since David said that they could sell their rights to receive the tokens or even sell to the accounts. That's a lot of yield. ODL, what's your thoughts, Klaus? Ripple makes a lot of money off of selling XRP. So they also, or you also, and I also, that's a lot of alsos, have to look at this as Ripple's a business, right? They're a private business. They don't have any like allegiance to XRP. The only allegiance they have is their private shareholders and the company board. So they got to do what's best for Ripple as a company. And if that means selling it to people that are going to pay more, cool. If they give some to Evernorth, awesome. Then Evernorth could use it instead of it being locked in an escrow. Think the stuff that's locked in the XRP Ripple, or I'm sorry, the Ripple escrow right now, like what is it really being used for? Like Evernorth was going to do quite a bit of stuff. So if they loan some of that to them, hey, I think that's cool. But Ripple's also got to do its best for them as a business first. Love the comments. What else? NSK is hanging out. This is Sailor's AI image. Gave me the impression that the ship is a MicroStrategy that sinks and takes people and money with it. Sailor is the captain who was the first to jump overboard and save himself, and tells the media the heroic story of how he tried to save everyone after he hit an iceberg in the Caribbean Sea. Yeah, the Sailor AI art is a bit cringy. Now, we're going to get into heat map. Yeah, it's mixed. There you go. Volume 135 billion. Altcoin season, who really gives a shit? Prices suck balls right now. All right, let's start learning about all this. The longest government shutdown in U.S. history is over. Here's what you need to know. Well, to need to know, we have to go to Tarkov. 1.0 is out, everyone. I've already downloaded it, and I'm not playing it because I'm doing videos for you. After I'm done with this, though, I'm definitely going to play some Tarkov. All right, so we got to go to the whiteboard. And you're like, holy crap, we have gone off the rails today. No, we have not gone off the rails. We're learning. We're learning just visually now, okay? Here's the deal. So you got the United States Senate, longest shutdown in history. Throw all the blame at them, okay? Just big picture. Throw all the blame at them, okay? Doesn't matter what side. Because they delayed, we might have the problem where instead of no soup for you, it's no regaronis for you. Well, me too. Remember, I'm part of the you, okay? I'm just speaking because I'm talking to you. No regs for you. Why? Dude, because they took so freaking long. Part of the problem is we have to digest this 43-day shutdown. See, business still went on. Companies out there, as soon as the SEC opened, filed paperwork for stuff. Like, life still went on. Bills still had to get paid. So even though the government was shut down, there's still people that file their quarterly stuff. There was no one at the SEC or whatever to review any of it, or any of the other governmental organizations. So, like, okay, we just don't, like, do stuff. Like, but life still goes on. So these people are way behind. Because they're behind, and because, like, this budget thing that was passed is only a short-term thing through January, right, through the end of January, we're going to go back at this. So, because the Senate took so darn long, the market's starting to realize no regs for you. Now, there's a group of people up here. You see these people, right? You got Derpin, right? You got, for the ladies out there, like Pimpin' Lois. You got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's just representing, like, the person in all of us that just loves to fucking eat, okay? And then Pimpin' Peter Griffin for the dudes. So we've got, like, everyone represented, okay? We're retail. We're looking at this going, whoa, we have high inflation right now, don't we? Yeah, prices are going up. We got Christmas around the corner. So that really puts a big damper on what the retail's buying power can be. I mean, like I get it. We could do the whole, like, influencer thing. Oh, bros, buy the dips. Oh, sorry. Oh, shopping? Yeah. A little buy the dip action. Like, I get that. Don't get me wrong. You got the money. You're good to go. You can buy in things that you believe that are going to turn it around. Okay. Awesome. But a lot of retail is being tapped out right now because inflation is getting wild. And the debt, a lot of it being credit card debt. I mean, like any new home loans, new auto loans, stuff like that, the rates are still fairly high. And the rates, right? We got another meeting in December. The chances of another cut went from 94% 1 month ago on October 15th to right now only a 44% chance. That is a huge freaking swing. A huge freaking swing. 5.7% chance a month ago that it would be a pause. Now it's 55.6%. So think of what that shift of the odds now does, not only to the retail market, leaving rates higher for us for longer. What category do you fit in? I personally fit in the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy. Honestly, ultra running for me is an excuse to like just eat a lot of food. Just throwing it out there. So what category do you fit in, right? So not only retail is a little messy, but oh poop, that's why the poop icon is here. Institutions, businesses now are like, oh. So that means business loans are going to stay at least a quarter point higher for a while. Okay. Because remember, a lot of things are tied into this fund rate. It's not just the United States. A lot of countries follow this like to the T. So we look at this and businesses are like, oh, now we're hampered. So now not only is it no regs for you, not stoop, right? There's also no money for you. So institutional buying is like, oh, okay. Why? Because initially, a long time ago, this man right here, Jerome Powell and the Fed, I said it's not just him, it's and the Fed, left rates too high for too long, which crushed the housing market, which now made housing stay extremely expensive. How many out there in the comments are like, bro, housing's going to crash? And I kept saying, no, private equity has bought the market up and it's propped it up so freaking high right now with rents and so high with home prices. And with rates staying high, they've got the cash. Residential buyers really don't have it. They're taking loans. Most people buying homes are taking loans, right? So he left rates too high for too long. That screws up the housing market. Now people are paying more for housing, which means they have less what? To spend on the economy for some stuff. That's a really, really big deal because now that piece of poop is really big. And instead of Marshmallow Man can do some really, really big deuces. It's a mess. And it's all because of a record-long shutdown with the Senate. And the scary thing is the idea of no regs for us kind of gets worse because right now we're mid-November, November 15th. The Senate said they are going to be debating again, possibly voting again, around December 15th. They're going to start that process. Because guess what? This was a short-term resolution. So if we shut down again, guess what? That's more time you're not working on regs. That's more time that institutions don't feel comfortable buying these assets. I mean, that's a really big deal. That's why, yeah, cool. ETFs are going to have juicy big volumes. Awesome. We can talk about that. Solana ETFs extend inflows. Ooh, awesome. But what's the price of Solana? Not so hot, is it? No. Not. Snot. Not. Look at that. That's not good. There's a 1 year. Its 1 year is down quite a bit. Its 1 year is down 33%. Go to the all-time and you're like, oh, craptastic. We're kind of clawing our way back to February of 2024 time. Oh, geez. February, March action? Yeah. That's bad. You heard what I said, February, March of 2024. You're telling me the market is feeling this bearish right now as the market was under Gensler? Zero ETFs, anything like that. That's the price then. That was the world we lived in then. But remember, that was early while rates were high. And because certain people, along with the Fed, left rates too high, it really effed things up. On top of that, the government didn't get stuff done fast enough, which screws over people like us, which sounds like a really big poop sandwich because guess what? Even businesses now, not just us, are expecting, oh crap, we're going to pay more for stuff for longer, which means no money from retail and no money from businesses. No stacks on stacks, no racks. We're not stacking it to the moon. T Grizzly fan. We're just gonna have to do what we can. So if you wonder why there's softness in the markets, why the ETFs are okay gaining money, yeah, but the price action of it sucks, is because people are looking for a secure way and we just don't have the regs. So yeah, we could talk about like ooh, we're still ahead of where we were like a year ago. Yeah, I get that. I don't know. Maybe for XRP we're not anymore. So for the year we're still up 151% because the market started moving already because that was post-election. But yo, you're telling me that we're gonna start for some of these going back to where we were in 2024 in March? Yo, that'd be rough. So I don't know. Big change of rates. We don't have any reports for like the Fed to go on because while the government was shut down, these people right here were dinking around with it. For 13 votes, not a single vote switched sides. That's how bad it was. We watched it. And because of that delay, now, I mean, there's just a big poop sandwich that we have to take a bite, and it's no regs for you. And I'm the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so, like, you know, I like my lower rates, because then food's cheaper. And don't get me wrong, market can always turn around. But really, we're digesting the fact that regs now maybe pushed out 3-4 months out, and the problem with that is we're getting then close to what, midterm elections, which means, oh yeah, that's right, Congress doesn't work anymore because they're too busy trying to get their jobs. Remember, these people get voted in every 2 years on the House side, so guess what, you get a nice turnover. I know. Amazing how the United States can be so bullish for crypto, but yet at the same time so bearish for it as well. In terms of buying the dip strategies like that, I'm simply just picking and choosing stuff that I'm like, oh, I think this is a good discount. Things are all at a different price point. I showed you like Solana is down 33% for the year, while XRP's up 150%. There's some definite different time frame dynamics. So it's really you have to look at what's best for your situation. The ETF thing, cool. I mean, dude, the prices of them have really sucked. And I mean, like, the ETF issuers are making money. Like Grayscale said that their BTC and their ETH ETFs, those two right there, were like their biggest like products by far. Like huge percent of their income came from those two products. So that's what really matters most. It's that kind of stuff for them, not native token price action. So again, for retail, it's a rough time, but institutionally it's a rough time too because rates are higher for longer. So thank you, Jerome Powell. Yeah, we went to the whiteboard today. I guess that's what happens. We just had to go a little visual. Speaking of visuals, over my shoulder, right there, is a sign. And it says something, and something we say at the end of every video. Why? Well, because the train keeps coming around, right? And when the train comes around, and then when the train leaves, you have to say something. What do you say? You say, "Disculpe, senor." No, you don't. You just say, "Choo-choo, bitches."